Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We are picking up with episode 10 of Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Ron unfortunately is not here. He is pretending he's homeless for the weekend, I guess. But we still have Gondar, Bjorn, Bedvir, and Padraig joining us today. So let's get into it, shall we? So, welcome to the game, everybody. Would you guys, somebody like to tell us what happened in the last session? A little recap before we start.
Take a stab at it.
Send it.
So Bjorn and Gondar finished up with the refugees outside of town, entered the town. Braun and Padraig finished up at the docks and headed for the castle. The party reconnected at the castle, gained entrance, and met an old acquaintance, the younger Baccharis. Facts of what happened vary by account, but the end result is that younger Baccharis is now deceased, having imbibed of some less than healthy alcohol. Party was admitted to the council meeting. The elder Baccharis was already in there lobbying to lead the villagers in the reconstruction of Ogler using half-truths and outright lies. The party is evicted for about a half an hour from the council meeting. They come back in and the council, I just skipped Juniper. Juniper was brought in by the guards. Party vouched for Juniper, said, no, she's with us, she's good, we'll take responsibility for her. Then we got kicked out. Then we were brought back in. The council says, we've got a job for you. We want you to be special operatives for our town, for Calaran, for the duration of the war. And the party had just left the council and had dispersed to aid the refugees. It was early evening when we left.
All right. So, I believe at the very end of the session, you guys were kind of just, they were bringing the refugees back in Juniper, or no, sorry, they had just left to go get the rest of the refugees. Those that had made it to the town, Juniper was helping set up alongside the castle wall here. And you guys were doing a bunch of healing, and Bedvir was breaking a leg or something as he tried to help. Didn't actually break a leg, but I went back and watched the last 10 minutes of the video just to refresh my own memory.
Smart.
Yeah, so as they head out for the day, they head out to go pick up the refugees, and you guys are helping them. It does take you a good couple hours to set up. And by the time you guys are done kind of like, helping out what refugees you can, you guys hear wagons on the road.
You cut out.
Oh, of course I did, because why not? What was the last thing you heard?
The last word is the refugees. After we helped them set up, now the refugees.
Oh, for God's sake. Alright, so you guys had help set up the refugees. It takes about a couple hours, but eventually you guys are just finishing up as you guys have kind of patched them up as best you could and whatnot, using your medicine checks and healing spells you wish to use. You guys start to hear wagons coming down the road back towards the walls of Kalaman.
Can I see the wagon?
Yeah, I'd say that through the as you guys are helping people along the wall, you guys can all stand up and probably all see the wagons coming. They are lit by torches stuck to the sides of the wagons.
And they're the refugees?
Yes, in fact, in the front you see Marshal Vendry leading the wagons. I believe I said there was 11 that left the city. 3 stopped to help, help you guys and feed the people and whatnot, and the other 8 I believe it was, went to pick up what refugees couldn't walk, and the rest of the refugees that could walk would follow behind the caravan of wagons.
Sorry, guys, I lost my connection.
So we have
Wait.
wagons coming towards us full of refugees,
Yep.
lit by torches.
Yep, and some oil lanterns, of course, too. And behind
And what
them,
time did you say it was?
it's early evening. I'm gonna put it somewhere around like probably 6.
I'm gonna look to the party and be like, "Hey guys, what do you feel like we should do here? Things seem pretty set up. Are we still planning on going to see the sheriff?"
I think we had to accept the positions that were offered us. No,
No, we never actually went to. They said go take the letter and secure, make sure the people at the ships were okay, and then we were supposed to go to the sheriff to get our garments and our next job.
right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what he said, dude.
We have to.
Oh, I thought he said we already did.
No.
Oh no! My bad. Sorry, I'll speak up. Sorry.
What time is it right?
About 6 p.m.
Is this something we need to do during regular business hours or anytime?
Well, right now she's leading the wagons back to the village, so it's up to you guys when you really want to do it, but depending on what she feels like, it might change.
Let's catch her now and ask her what's good for her.
So Marshal Vendry leads the wagons. She rides her own horse in the front. She has her head held high and a very stern look on her face. But as she sees you approach, she pauses. And she holds up her hand in a fist. And you can hear the wagons behind stop rolling. And she calls out, "Refugees! This area will be yours to live for now. When we are all done and set up and prepared, we will eventually retake Vogler, but only after the threat has been eliminated. Should an attack happen, the gates will be open to you. Please, make yourselves as comfortable as you can. We will bring out wagons of food and water." And she looks over at you all as people start coming out of the wagons, and some of the people you guys had healed starts heading over to the wagons to help the injured out. But she looks at your group, mostly at both Padraig and Bedvere. I believe this is all of them.
I don't think we've met her, so I'll offer a salute and introduce myself.
You
My
have.
companions. Oh, have I?
She was in the council meeting. She did most of the talking,
Dude.
actually.
Never mind. I don't pay attention. Sorry. So then I will just say, hey, we were instructed to follow up with you, and so we're here to do that, or to find out what is a good time for you, or what is convenient for you.
For now, check out the city, get used to get the people settled. About noon tomorrow, my office. I assume you know where it is, yes?
We'll find it.
Very well.
Second floor, right?
Indeed.
We thank you for your help in hosting all of these refugees.
Well, we are the central hub. We don't help others, and war comes to our door. How are we to expect anybody to help us? Before she leaves, she raises her voice again. Should any of you wish to join the armed forces, head to the Castle Kalaman for 8 a.m. Wages will be paid, food and drink will be supplied, and your training will begin shortly thereafter. She looks back at your group, nods, says, "There's anything else? If there's not anything else."
I think that is all. Thank you.
She nods and starts to head inside. As you guys look down the trail, you notice that other than the 8 wagons, there's probably a good 150 people walking behind the wagons, heading into the area. Juniper comes up around you all, says, should we help the newcomers get settled?
I think it's the right thing to do.
Okay. So other than that, is there anything else you guys at all want to do before the evening?
I'd like to explore the town if everybody would also like to do that.
That works too.
I'd like to check and see what shops they have here.
So it is about 6 p.m. Most places are not open for much longer other than things like taverns. Just as a heads up. You can always kind of go and get a lay of the town and such. But as for actual businesses, you're not going to find much open within the next probably hour.
That's fair. At the very least, I would like to maybe try and busk for some money at a tavern or somewhere.
Sure. Well, in that case, do you guys want to help everybody get settled first and then go exploring?
It's up to you guys. What do you think?
I'm up for exploring the town some. I just want to know where we're gonna crash tonight in case we split the party.
Well, they have rooms for us, they said, right?
Once you've taken the oath.
So then do we need to go to the warden's office?
She just told you noon tomorrow.
Oh, I guess we have to secure accommodations.
So you
Or
either
camp.
stay in the tent city out here, or you could find a room at a tavern.
I'm gonna ask Juniper where she wants to spend the night since she's also taking the oath with us tomorrow.
She says, well, as much as I would love a comfortable room, I think I'm going to stay with the people of Vogler. I will find a tent.
I think that's a very good idea, and it's the least we can do at the time being.
I agree.
That's 4.
Agreed.
And Braun is on autopilot for now, so he's just going to do whatever with the group.
You're probably gathering wood.
Yeah, that's not happening tonight.
Thought he was doing a small one tonight and a larger one tomorrow.
I mean, one sec, let me see what he said. Yeah, I said the or the following day would be appropriate too. So I think probably tomorrow is when he would be doing all of that. For tonight, I think he's going to help out the people and probably hang around with you guys, but kind of be on autopilot since he's not here. And then he can do the funeral thing probably tomorrow night. All right, so it takes you guys a better part of like 2 or 3 hours. Excuse me. To get people all set up, get some extra tents pitched, get some bonfires burning, along with actually, what does Braun have? Bonfire cantrip? Let me see.
I think he said he was going to use ceremony.
I think that was for the funeral.
Yeah, that's for the funeral. He does not. Okay. So although he doesn't have the bonfire or produce flame cantrips, as he's helping you guys set up people in tents and whatnot, he tends to also be lighting lots of bonfires. You know, everywhere there's basically a circle of tent, he's you know, kind of gathering small sticks and whatnot and lighting a bonfire and getting that going. But it takes you guys a couple hours to get everything all set up. And as it seems like everybody's finally settled. Juniper's covered in dirt and sweat. You can see her kind of breathe a sigh of relief. And she looks around, she finds an open tent. And she goes and sits in the opening to it near a fire, kind of staring at it with her knees up by her chest.
I'm gonna look at her and be like, Juniper, would you like some of this fish I've cooked? You must be hungry after all the work you've done today. You really took charge.
She looks up with her one good eye. Sure. Says, give me an insight check. You get the feeling that her taking kind of a leadership role and doing a ton of work wasn't just about the fact that they needed somebody to step up. It was also the fact that you bury yourself in work and sometimes you push some feelings away. But you feel like they're probably starting to come back.
Things will get better, child. We all go through trials. It's what makes you you.
I can assure you. Excuse me. I can assure you. I'm no longer me. And she sticks the fish
you're
you
always
hand her.
you.
She sticks the fish you hand her onto a skewer and just stares at the flames as they lick at the fish.
You're always you, Juniper. You may be a different you, but you'll always be you. Look at me, I used to be a stupid bear running around the woods. I'm still that bear, but I can talk now, I can sing.
She looks up at you, and for the first time you can actually see her crack a little bit of a smirk. Is what it is. She goes back to staring at the fire.
Are we all sitting here at the fire? What are you guys doing?
I'd like to find a tent and then maybe check out the town a little bit before it gets too late.
Well, you're in luck. It just so happens that around this one fire pit there are several empty tents.
Being the dumb silent type, I'll work on armor maintenance and keep my mouth shut in favor of those who are more eloquent.
So are you all packing it in for the night?
Oh, Padraig says he wants to check out the town. It's about 8
I
o'clock,
mean-
so like I said, everything's going to be closed, but you guys can easily get like a lay of the town, and there might still be a business or two open, but not much.
I was only asking because he was choosing a tent.
Well, no, it's just so you've got a place, you know, in case somebody else is like, oh, an empty tent, and comes back and steals it, right? Think of it like a hostel.
I'll save the other party members' spaces at the fire.
Before we leave, I make a big pile of leaves as my bed.
Sure. Totally do that. Why not?
I'm gonna
Okay.
set up my bedroll in my tent.
All right. Braun will do the same thing, but then he sits by the fire. He also kind of stares off into it. Give me a Bedvir and Gondar, you two can give me a perception. Bedvir, you notice as Braun is sitting there staring into the flames. His mouth is moving. Can't really hear what he's saying, but with his far off glance, give me a religion. Yeah, Bjorn, who has that luck ability?
It was two of us. I do, and somebody else did, or maybe even three of us. Let me check if I used one.
I had cast the spell on myself and Bjorn.
Okay.
I cast it on one person as well, I think, because I've used a third or second level slot.
I believe you gave it to me, yourself, and one other.
Yeah, so I think everybody's technically got it. Has anybody used it?
I've
I
used
used
one of
all
three.
Not yet.
Can you post a spell for me, please? Alright. Gain advantage on 3 rolls of its choice once 3 rolls have been affected by the gift of luck. Okay. Would anybody like to re-roll their rolls?
Not I. His conversations between him and his god are his.
With a 10, I'm gonna say, yeah, you feel like he's probably praying. And given the symbol around his neck, as he kind of clutches it and rubs it while he looks at the fire, whispering words, you feel it's probably a prayer.
I'll look away to his privacy.
Okay. So, who's all going into town?
Definitely.
Padraig? Hello? Padraig?
I said, yep.
Oh. Yeah, your mic didn't come on at all until now. Alright, Gondar, are you heading with him or are you staying by the fire?
Well, I don't have anything to do in town, but I'll join them.
Alright. So, 3 of you head into the gates. And the soldiers at the gate allow you to pass without a word. So, What direction would you guys like to go first?
I would like to head east on that main strip to the city market,
Sure.
heading towards the Wanderer's Rest, and along the way, see if there's anything open. Maybe take note of any shops that have clear signage for the next day.
Sure.
Assuming most, if not all, will be closed already.
Do people live at the Cartographers Guild? Is it like a place like that? Or is it just a place people work during the day?
It's mostly a place people work, but there would be rooms for traveling cartographers and such as well. As you guys head towards the city market, you get to about here, Padraig, and you, Bjorn, and Gondor, you can all do a perception if you'd like.
Oh, what the fuck? I used one of my lucks to have advantage, got the exact same roll.
That happens a lot more often than you think. Gondor and Padraig, you guys notice it. Ting, 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 ting. Coming from the, through this alleyway.
Like blacksmith sounds, or like we heard at the tower when they were working on tinkering stuff?
Yes.
Who stayed back at the tent? Besides-
Bedveer and Braun. Gondar's up with you guys.
Do we want to check that out? Sounds like a business might still be open.
I'm following you. I didn't hear anything, but, I'm down for whatever.
All right, so lost my mouse. Problem with 3 screens, I lose my mouse all the time. As you guys approach, you see 2 twin forges. Let me just GM layer. Oh, come on. I hate it when it does this. There we go. Whoa. Okay. You guys see 2 twin forges on each, almost in parallel timing. You hear a ting, 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 ting as one dwarf strikes one forge, and as he pulls back his hammer, the other one strikes, the piece of metal they have on their anvil, not striking the forge. That wouldn't make any goddamn sense. And you can hear them kind of bickering between each swing. Ah, shut up, cousin. No, you shut up, cousin. You're a darn fool. Your weapons are trash. Your armor's trash. As they continue to hammer, seemingly not taking notice of you.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Ah!
How is your night?
Don't you know not to be scaring a dwarf holding a hammer? You're lucky your face didn't catch it.
My apologies. I did not know I was sneaking. I didn't know I was capable of sneaking with my size.
He continues hammering. Ah. You be needing something forged, do ya?
Not me, but maybe these fine gentlemen, unless you deal with instruments.
Instruments. They both chuckle. Ah, we make things for war. And for the first time, one of them looks up. Ah, bear! And he reaches for a spear hanging on the wall. And although he doesn't rush into attack, he's in a defensive stance. And the other one looks up and kind of like mid swing, and she goes, "Ah, my thumb, my thumb!" And yeah, she cranks her thumb with the hammer. She's hopping around, reaching for a sword, while she grips her other thumb in the palm of her fist.
I think this is a reaction to the sight of the bear.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the bear is our friend. He's with us, and he's not a wild animal. He's a musician.
And I talk, for God's sakes. Would you like me to heal that injury for you? I'm getting quite adept with magic.
They both drop their weapons, and their jaw drops. And they just stare blankly. Like they can't even comprehend what they're seeing right now.
Y'all act like you've never seen a talking bear.
Have you ever seen a talking bear?
Well, to be fair, I don't know if I've ever looked in a mirror. Fair point.
And they both kind of look over at their what they're hammering. They're like, the steel's gone cold. Blast it. And they go pick their one of them's working on a sword, another was working on what looks to be a shoulder plate. And they stick them back inside the forge. Let's see. The first one, a male dwarf, says, "I'm Cadmos, and that me cousin Tyria. We're the Hammerstrike cousins." So, now that you've scared the wits out of us, and you darn near broke me cousin's thumb, what is it you've been eating?
Am I close enough to touch the cousin?
You want to try?
Yeah, I want to reach out and just maybe maybe not shake his hand, he hit his thumb. Just touch his shoulder and cast Cure Wounds.
You go to touch him, and he kind of, she's the one who actually hurt her thumb, Tyria. You go to touch her, and she kind of recoils a bit, almost defensively.
No need to worry. I'm just gonna heal up that thumb of yours. You can't be forging with a busted up hand.
She lets you touch her, but she's very wary. And as you do heal her, she touches her thumb with her pinky and her, I don't know, the finger to the side of the middle. She's like, what do you know? The bear's got some magic, cousin. Interesting, he says.
Gondor, Bedvir, are you interested in any armor? I don't
That's
wear
Pedrag.
this kind of... Pedrag, are you interested in this kind of stuff?
Well, I guess we can't afford it yet.
Didn't even see what they have.
Whatever they have, we're very low on money.
Do you guys barter or buy things by any chance?
We might buy.
We just so happen to have Kingfisher Championship rods here. Would that pique your interest?
Chuckles. Sir. Bear, sir. You be at a blacksmith. If it's not ore, or already crafted weapons, or armor, or leather, I do believe you might be in the wrong place. Better look at a general store.
Everyone can have a hobby, but I have a Reorc's hammer pendant, and I have a dagger I could sell you. What else? And a corked spear.
So a corked spear is just a spear with a cork on the point.
Exactly, so it's a spear.
Well, let me see him. And he comes walking over to you.
I hand him over. What do I do? Do I have to put him in chat or something?
Yeah. Put him in chat for me, would you? Please.
Do I just type it? It literally just says dagger. Another one says corked spear.
Yeah, so I can look him up for price-wise. Spear. Okay. He looks at this. He says, Tyria, come look at this spear. She puts down the armor back into the the weapon back into the forge. She walks over, takes a look at the spear. Kind of shoddy design. She kind of like flips it over in her hand, checks the weight, you know, how straight it is. And I could maybe give you like, let's see, what is it worth? Probably give you 2 silver for the spear.
What about the other stuff?
The dagger.
Give me a total.
7 silver for the dagger. And what is the Reorc's hammer pendant?
I don't know. You said I found it.
Did it come with a price?
No. I have one of them.
Where did you get it?
From one of our fights.
Was it one of the fights or was it the carnival? Or festival?
Maybe it was. Maybe I actually won it in a game.
I can give you about a gold for all of it.
If I throw in a fish, would you make it 2 gold?
They kind of balk at your suggestion, look at each other, and just start howling. A gold for a fish? You must be joking.
I'm gonna put the Nary Crash on the table as well. I'll throw this in if you do 2.5 gold. This thing helps you fly.
What? How it be working?
Well, I got launched out of a catapult and I pulled this string and a big piece of fabric comes out and you drift slowly to the ground, safe as can be.
So it doesn't help you fly. It'd be helping you fall slower.
You got me. I'm a bear after all. The logistics of flying and falling,
2.5 gold, huh?
Yes, sir. It's a steal.
Very well. They pull out 2.5 gold.
Sold.
As for the other two, anything we can do for you?
2.5 gold. Is that 2 gold, 5 silver, or 50 silver?
It's 2 gold, 5 silver. Because it's 10
I'm
silver per gold.
I'm gonna take out my longsword and my old shield, and I'm gonna ask if they think there's anything they could do to improve this sword.
Let's see. And
It's not a plus
DM to
anything.
player, what are you aiming for?
Anything would be better than it is now. It's the dollar store version already.
Well, do something with this. I mean, maybe we could sharpen it. DM to player, that would make it a +1 for, I'm gonna say 1 combat for a sharpening.
I'll
How
ask.
much is a better sword?
You're looking for a +1 sword, that's probably gonna be out of your guys' price range. Pretty sure it's a couple hundred.
How much?
I think. Give me a
Uh-huh.
sec. All right, let me see. Where's my... What kind of sword is it? Long sword? Yeah, you're looking at like 500. To make it in, or like to buy a +1 sword that's always +1, it's 500.
What is our stipend and how often do we get it?
What is your what?
We haven't found that out yet.
I
Oh
think
no.
gold.
It's like 5 gold a week, I think.
Yeah, 5 gold. Okay, stipend, wages. Okay, yeah, 5 gold a week.
Ooh.
I mean, doesn't mean you won't find other things out on the road and shit, doing, you know, what you got to do, but
Then I'm gonna offer to I'm gonna tell them that I can't afford yet to get much done with this, but we've got a job starting tomorrow. I want to try to sell the shield that I replaced with Ispin's shield.
so it's a regular shield, correct?
Yeah,
All right, let me
basic
take a
starter
look.
shield for a level 1. I haven't been hoarding much, so I don't have a lot in my inventory.
He says, he takes it and he, what's his name? Admos takes it and looks it over, kind of puts it on, tests it out, you know, kind of like moving and whatnot. All right, not too much give in the straps. Still sturdy. Tell you what, I'll give you 5 gold for this.
I will take that.
Deal. He hands you 5 gold.
Whiskey money.
And hey, if we can find a shop that'll buy my fishing rod tomorrow, I can lend you some money. I don't need swords.
You might be able to find somebody at the dock tonight, because not all fishing happens during banker's hours.
Hey, blacksmith, do you know the Bacarises?
No? Should I?
No, it's all good. I was just wondering.
You're a weird one, you. But all right.
Is there anywhere you want to visit, Gondor?
No, I'm good at the moment.
Just while we're here, I'll show them my chainmail and ask if that could be improved in any way and how much that would be, so I can save up for that too.
Your chainmail.
It's default chainmail also.
Hmm.
If I can't afford a +1 longsword, I doubt I can get adamantine or mithril at this
Oh
level.
God, no. that one's up in the thousands, my boy. As for upgrading it, chainmail's one of those things like there's not a whole lot they can really do to improve it. You just kind of have to buy the new ones. So ooh, +1 chainmail is rare. That, yeah. And match guided prices, rare. +1 is about 5,000 gold.
Sounds like I need to find somebody with good armor and take them out drinking.
Something like that. Or like I said, you guys might find a healthy amount as you're traveling.
I'm gonna thank them for their time and information, and also thank them for being up late.
Once you start a piece, you can't sleep till it be done. And Taria, this is right. Ting, 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 and they go back to work.
Do I see any fancy armor that would fit him?
Give me a perception. Yeah, you think you see some pieces. You see some chainmail. You see some splint, and on a large dummy, or like a clothing dummy, you also see a very fancy looking set of plate armor.
I'll remember that.
Okay. So you guys are heading towards City Market?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm keeping an eye out for like an instrument store or like a, like a general store that could possibly carry that kind of thing.
As you get to this corner, over here, you see what looks like a small amphitheater with rows of seats, and right here you see a man performing.
What's he performing? Can we hear enough to know whether it's like a musical thing or a play?
He's playing on a viol.
He's playing a rodent?
A viol, which is D&D's version of a violin, basically.
He plays so beautifully.
He does.
Check it out.
It's up to you guys. If you're interested in going, I wouldn't mind going, but if you want to continue on.
Why not? We could use a distraction.
True.
Bad boys,
I
am back.
Welcome back. I think we're gonna split the party.
What you mean?
Oh. I just want to glance at the Cartographers Guild while the bard checks out the amphitheater.
Sure, for sure.
Bedvere, how come you stayed back at the camp?
Because I'm a moron.
You could just come and join us when you're done. You know, you knew where we're going.
That's true. What do you think, Savage? Is it fair for me to go find them?
No, stay your ass there. Yeah, man, of course.
All right, well, cool. I thought it was going to take, like, I have no idea why. It seemed like a rational thing to do at the time. In retrospect, probably pretty fucking stupid. But yeah, if you're cool, if you're cool with the Savage, I'm going to catch up with the others. And if they're still at Hammer Strike when I catch up with them, I'm going to talk to the dwarves about potentially buying equipment to sharpen a sword or a spear.
I'm gonna say that you get to here and you see them at this intersection here, but you can hear the dinging. I mean, at this time of night, there's not a whole lot of people on the streets, right? So
True.
it's not hard to see them down the street.
I'll yell, "Hey y'all, wait up a second," because apparently I have a southern accent in this game.
Nice, Bedvere decided to join us.
No more party pooper. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'm assuming I can reasonably infer from the tinging and the dwarves that if I'm being a racist stereotyper, that I could probably figure out that they're smiths.
Yes, you could. Same as them. I didn't make them roll for it, just because. I mean, you heard that same sound when Gondar was smithing stuff down at in Vogler.
True. Excellent point. I will ask them. First off, introduce myself to them, and then ask them, do you have the equipment which one might maintain his armor and weapons in camp? Specifically,
so you're talking to the
dwarves.
Okay, so they're up here.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought they were
twin
down there.
forges. Yeah, that's why I said when you get to here, you can hear the smithing, but you also see them up here at the next intersection.
Then I'll break off for the dwarves. I need to hit them more than anything, and I don't want to hold the party up tomorrow.
Sure.
How does invisibility work? So, like, everything I have on me becomes invisible when I cast it, but if I pick stuff up and put it in my clothes, is it invisible?
Yeah.
All right.
But Bedvere, yeah, you approach the forges, and over the ting ting ting, you can hear the two dwarves there laughing. You ever seen anything like it? No, cousin, I ain't. A fucking talking bear. Oh, what is this city coming to? And they're laughing.
I'll laugh and say, it sounds like you've met a friend of mine.
Aye! What is with people walking up and scaring us tonight?
You shouldn't be scared of me. I'm not a bear. And you shouldn't be scared of him. He's a nice bear.
Didn't see you coming. That bear friend of yours. He's that bear. He'd be a friend of yours.
He is. He's a stand-up guy. He's a good fella.
He's asking us about musical instruments and such. As one of them picks the sword up. Yeah, we do make things that sing, you know. And they both kind of chuckle, you know, making a sword singing joke.
I'm sure given time that he will find use for such instruments as yours. In the interim, I was hoping to perhaps, let me tone it down a bit, I'm only got an intelligence 10. In the meantime, I was hoping to find sharpening stone, oil, rags, things I can use to work on my armor and my weapons in camp. Might you have such things in stock?
Aye. We've got the oil and rags and such, sure. Sharpening stone. I'm sure we could work something out.
Perfect. I would need all three if you have them available at a reasonable price.
Let's see. He starts digging through somewhere, and he kind of pulls out like a couple really small pieces of whetstone, and he kind of looks at it, throws it over his shoulder. Keeps digging through the box. Here we go. a decent whetstone. It's definitely been used, but it's not worn down, really. It still looks like it's only been used once or twice. Oh, there's the whetstone. And he starts digging through her shelves. He's like, how are you? You got any oil and rags? I've got some. She goes and she grabs something off the shelf. It's a small bottle of oil. Probably about a pint of oil. And she grabs a couple rags. These rags are not cleanly, but I mean, you're just oiling up your shit, so you know, always try and wash them out and whatnot, right?
Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to work.
This is all right. What do you say, Taria? About 5 gold? The oil, the whetstone, the rags. We'll throw the rags in for free. 5 gold for the other 2.
Got it. And if I had a short sword of mundane nature, certainly not as good as yours, but still a very functional short sword to sell, what might that do to offset the price?
Let's see. A short sword. A short sword.
Short swords are rare.
If I can hit the right link here. Let's see. Short sword. Short sword. Really? A martial weapon? Surprising. Let me see the sword first.
Well, hand him the sword out of my bag of holding.
Looks at it. See. Tell you what. Even trade.
Done deal. I shake his hand, and just for reference, do you by chance have a mundane halberd or a plain halberd?
Halberd. Arya says, give me a moment. And she unlocks a door behind her that goes into what looks to be like kind of a small shack. That's attached to the forge. And as she opens the door, you can see all kinds of weapons in there lining the walls. Give me a perception.
Cool.
Bedveer. Yeah, you notice on the wall that there might even be a few that are rather fancy looking. But she comes back out and she shuts the door behind her. And you see a large halberd in her hand. This one here is rather mundane. You know, it does its job. Great piece of work. Just, you know, not a masterwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah. An entry level.
This one here, this be 20 gold.
Good to know. I'll make note of it and do my business with you when I come back with more gold, as I wouldn't think to insult you by offering significantly less.
Aye. This one be a smart one. She again unlocks the door, puts it back inside, comes back out and shuts the door. Wow. Anything else we'd be offering you?
No, thank you. I wish you both a good evening.
It's simultaneously, like they were twins, not cousins. Aye, good evening. And they go back. Ting, 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 ting.
And now I'm going to try and double time back and catch whatever I can of the party, knowing that I may not catch any of them.
All right. Drag, you were going towards the Cartographers Guild, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And Bjorn, you were going here. You're closer, so we're going to deal with you. And Gondar.
Right before he left, though, I'm gonna look at him and be like, if you come across one, maybe grab a map of the area for us and the town. And I'm gonna hand him 2 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I didn't press my button. I'm gonna say I don't know if that's enough, but I hope.
But Drag, I seen your mic come on, but it sounded like super muffled. I couldn't understand what you said.
You said will do?
What?
I heard what he said that time, but it was still like crazy muffled, like you're talking through a rag, almost.
I said will do.
There you go. That was clear. Ow, that was loud too. 1 second.
Yeah, apparently, I'm not allowed to use a headset on this computer.
Yeah, it doesn't like you, eh?
It worked for an hour.
Fair enough. All right. So yeah, you're gonna head down that way. Gondar, who you hanging with?
I'm staying with Bjorn.
All right. So Gondar and Bjorn, you guys kind of approach the side there, and this elven female, dressed in kind of puffy shirt and pants with a beret on. She's got blonde hair and brown eyes and very delicate features, but she is playing this viol masterfully. The entire crowd is just entranced. You can almost see a few of the guys drooling as well, but most people are just they're loving her solo, and it is amazing.
I'm studying her hand movements and positioning so that I can, maybe learn it eventually, but I'm taking in everything I can.
I'm joining the drooling part.
The what part?
The drooling part.
The
You
dueling.
mentioned. The drooling.
Drooling.
Oh, drooling. I was like, bro, there's no drool. No, please don't kill her. She's a random. But he said duel. Fair enough. All right.
If you do kill her, I call her toes. Toes are the tastiest.
What?
My God.
What the fuck just happened?
I got trauma, okay?
Jesus. Yes, sure. So, Gondar, you're sitting there drooling as she plays this viol, and Bjorn, you're kind of studying her. And as the solo kind of comes to an end, she bows and she gets a standing ovation.
I'm clapping as loud as I can.
Yeah, your big meaty paws slapping together eventually draws attention. And
I don't notice.
a few of the people kind of like slow their clapping and stare at you. But she kind of like looks over and chuckles.
Encore!
And then she balks as you speak. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when a bear says he wants an encore, I guess you do an encore. And she busts into another very kind of jaunty party tune. And everybody in the stands kind of forgets about you for a moment. And they kind of start like, stomping their feet and clapping their hands with the beat and whatnot. Seems everybody's having a great time.
I'm gonna get as close as I can towards the stage, and I'm studying and mimicking her hand movements so that I can, memorize them, put them into muscle memory.
As you get closer, she kind of like slowly takes a step back and she's looking at you kind of wary. Give me an insight. Yeah, no, you have no fucking idea. Wow. Was that your third luck roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't catch it, but every time you take a step closer, she takes a step back. And suddenly she kind of like, as she's playing, she kind of leans over to you. She goes, step back.
I oblige. Is she not up on a stage?
No, there is no stage in an amphitheater. It's
I wasn't trying to get too close, just like to the front of the audience. But yeah, I back up.
Yeah, so like if you can see how it's curved, like it's not really a stage in an amphitheater. It's more just like she's on flat ground, so she'd be like, you know, right about here, and then each of those lines is basically the seats, and the seats are part that rise up instead of there being a stage. You know, kind of like you ever seen a movie or anything where it depicts like, you know,
I know what you mean. We have an amphitheater engaged part.
okay, well there you go. Yeah. Like that.
Are you still beside me, Gondar?
Yep.
I'm gonna turn to you and be like, isn't that the most beautiful thing you've ever heard? I've never heard this instrument before.
Well, neither have I, but the one playing is the most beautiful part.
Bedveer, at this point in time, you come around the corner, just as you see Bjorn getting a little too close to the person playing. And Gondar kind of, you know, staying near him, but not trying to get too close. And you see her kind of like whisper something to him as she's playing, as she takes another step away.
Oof. I'll jog towards them, and as I get closer, I'll slow to a walk so as not to startle her more. And when I reach the party, I'll say, caught up with y'all.
Welcome back, just in time.
Oh, thank you. You want to introduce me to your new friend?
I don't know, she seems a little wary of me.
She's still playing her last song after he called for an encore.
Oh, my bad.
When she finishes playing her last song and does her bows and stuff, I want to start playing from the crowd.
She finishes up and she takes her bow, and again the standing ovation, and they begin to clear out. But go ahead and roll your performance.
I wait until just as she's like turning around to leave the stage, and then I'm gonna start playing my lute. I'm gonna use an inspiration point to make it the most magical serenade ever. It's like a soft love melody.
So inspiration
but it's also got some heat to it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sure. You start off, your first couple notes are kind of like ear piercing. Even the bard is like, ugh, and then you kind of and you try again, and you just even the people that were starting to leave suddenly stop and look over, and you can hear someone whispering, it's a bear playing a flute. And
as I'm playing, it gets faster and faster, and I'm gonna start to walk up into like the bleachers, up to like the top of the bleachers, and kind of lean on a chair, like put my one leg up on a chair, and I'm getting really into the strumming.
Okay, so I think you have a misconception on how amphitheaters are. These kind of amphitheaters, like back in the olden times, they didn't have chairs. They were literally just lines of stone where people would sit. And then there's
but there's
no
different
stage.
levels, right?
Yeah, there are 3 levels, and
so I walk
full
up
of
the
people.
stone step. You said it was clear now.
They were about to, but as you started to play, I was trying to say they all went and sat back down.
True.
But I mean, you can try and clear yourself a path. Just walk. You're a big ass bear. I'm sure they're gonna get the fuck out of your way.
Yeah, that's what I do. I kind of just step up onto a seat, and then or the stone, and then up to the next one. As I assume people back away from me as I'm a bear walking towards them.
Yeah, a little bit. They're kind of like squishing each other to the sides a little bit.
I stoop down on one knee, just like really, really strumming and lighten into this melody.
Yeah, they're amazed. Not only is the song good, but it's a fucking bear playing it. They ain't never seen nothing like this before.
I finish and bow.
The bard, on the other hand, she has the violin in one hand, the bow in the other hand, and both her fists are on her hips. Does not look pleased. She looks.
Do I notice that?
Give me an insight. Yeah, you notice it, and you can definitely tell that although she's impressed, she's not happy. You probably just stole her fucking thunder. And
As soon as I notice that, I stop playing.
The crowd starts to cheer for an encore.
I wave, kind of bow, and start walking towards her.
As you approach, she doesn't even flinch. She just stares at you, kind of staring daggers. And what do you think you'd be doing?
I walk up and bow and apologize. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you or upset you. I just didn't want you to leave without knowing that I too can play. Your music was so beautiful. I want to learn, but you seemed scared of me, so I thought this was the only way to maybe, have a common interest with you.
She kind of looks around you at Gondar, kind of tilts her head to the side, and she goes, "I think you need to be teaching your pets some manners on how to not steal somebody's thunder. Probably just stole half my gold for the night." And at this point,
I am no one's pet.
At this point, you do realize that there are several people coming down with coin in hand, and they're approaching both of you with coins.
Do not worry, fair lady. It was not his intention, and he's not my pet. He's my friend and comrade.
I was never after your coin. The coin is all yours.
The coin goes to whoever people give it to, and at this, she kind of like pulls her beret off, and she puts her hand underneath and kind of holds it with the opening up. And people are walking by and like putting some coins in her hat, and people are like, trying to, touch your arm and stuff, like, see if you're a man in a really lifelike bear suit or whatnot, and kind of like trying to give you coins as well.
How are they trying to give me coins? Are they just kind of putting them in front of me, or?
Yeah, they're like holding their hand out, like, here.
I open my sack of salted fish for them to put the coins into.
Oh, so gross. As you open your sack of fish, the smell kind of wafts out. It's very fishy. But they're like, oh, okay, and they kind of drop it into the salted fish pouch.
If you're worried about me stealing your coin, why don't we give them an encore together?
Well, they've all left their seats now. It'd be a little bit late.
Fair enough. I still would like to talk to you. I wasn't meaning to offend. I want to learn. That was magical.
I see. Well, I guess I could earn... I guess I could offer services, lessons perhaps, for some coin. DM to player, just so you know, like learning a new proficiency like that, it takes time. It's not something you're going to pick up in a day, and I don't know if you guys are going to have that kind of time. I mean, maybe over the course of the rest of the campaign you might, but it's going to be a while for you to gain that proficiency in a viol.
Yep. That's fine.
All right, let me see.
Is that the only instrument she plays?
I don't know, you didn't ask her.
Do you play other instruments? My friend here, he's quite musically inclined as well. Gondor, oh, sorry, what is your name?
God damn it, you people want to know names. Shit, give me 1 second.
Knock off the first letters, the last letters.
Yeah,
Sindra Weather.
hold on, I got a thing here. My name is Oakley Rando.
She's a rando.
Bro, don't question it. You asked her fucking name. I gave you a name, okay?
I was like, this is my friend Gondor, my friend Bedvir, and I am Bjorn.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And she does a bow.
I'll bow in response.
I return the bow also.
I give her a bear hug.
Oh, bro.
Not a tight bear hug, but a bear hug.
I need to breathe. You are a large one. You don't hug random people.
I'm not a people.
I'm going to teach you something right now, free of charge. When somebody does this, and she kind of gives you a bow, you do what they did. And she kind of mimics what they did. It's more of a manly bow versus, the curtsy type bow.
I'm gonna attempt the bow, but when I get to my the fulcrum of 90 degrees, I kind of topple over and do like a somersault by mistake.
Give me an acrobatics. Okay. Yeah, you do the somersault, but you kind of you barely get to your feet, and you kind of take a couple steps back, and she kind of has to jump out of the way.
Oh, I wasn't trying to do one fancy like that. That was me trying to learn how to bow, and when I bowed, I toppled over and just kind of rolled like a panda bear going down a hill.
Oh. Okay, so you landed on your back.
Yeah. And I'm howling like, huh, that was kind of fun as I get up.
You are going to be a slow learner, aren't you? She says.
Do you play other instruments?
I have a few.
Because I wouldn't mind you coaching me a bit on the instruments I already know. I want to get really good.
Are the instruments you have proficiency in?
Yeah.
So, what is your goal here, DM to player?
I don't know. Make a friend.
Sure.
Or find out where I can get a fancy instrument.
Okay.
Maybe this will lead to a magical instrument or something. I don't know. I'm just trying my luck.
Fair enough. Says, well, maybe we can work something out. I'm sure you'll see me around town. Talk to me then. Just not while I'm performing, huh?
Sorry, I'm not good with human interaction and knowing what's going on. I'm not saying that right.
No, I'm an elf. You're definitely not saying that right. But I know what you mean.
I don't read a room very well. But I thank you, and I'm sorry. Is there an instrument shop in this town that might be open tomorrow?
Let's see. She is going to point you towards... Let's make this one go with a purple. No, I don't want to draw it myself. I want a rectangle. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you have a good night. I'm sorry if I stomped on your performance.
It is what it is. She tells you to look for, near the market, a... Sam Saxes.
And so, is she walking away now?
No, I was just texting, putting the text in the legend at the top right. She says, well, it was nice to meet the three of you. Bjorn, Gondar, and Bedvir.
I do look forward to seeing you again.
I as well. As she looks at Gondar, and she gives a bit of a wink, and she turns and walks away.
Is Gondar back?
I seen his mic light up, but I didn't hear nothing. Nope, still nothing.
Anyways, I nudge him and be like, why'd she wink at you? That was odd.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got the wink.
Alright.
Did she have something in her eye? Why was she flapping her one eye like that?
Well, let's say perhaps I made a good impression. But I'm sure you did also.
I was going to say, well, that's good, because I don't think I did make a good impression. She seemed a little upset.
Yeah, but I think you got her at the end.
Shall we find Padraig?
Let's.
Yeah.
So did you, how much of those, you know what, there's three of you there. Bedvir, Gondar, and Bjorn. I want you guys all to roll me a D100, please. Alright, so, goddamn, good rolls, guys. So although since you haven't actually counted it, you are not sure, Bjorn, how much you got, but in your inventory or in your gold section and whatnot, you can put in 83 gold, 73 silver, and 63 copper.
63 copper?
Yes. As for you, Padraig, I'm going to say they were there for a little bit, and it wouldn't take you long to get over to the Cartographer's Guild. As you walk down the street towards where I believe somebody had given you directions at an earlier time, right? If I remember correctly? Yeah, so you get towards the Cartographer's Guild, and you do see a sign outside, and it's got a picture of, or sorry, the sign has an engraving of what looks to be a rolled up map, as well as some 2 gold coins on top of the map. Other than that, the sign doesn't really say anything.
Does it look like there's a light in the window, or are there hours of operation posted?
There are no hours of operation. There does seem to be, it is dimly lit.
I'm gonna knock on the door and try the handle.
The handle is locked. However, roll me a perception. Yeah, 12's good enough. You do hear footsteps coming towards the door.
I'll wait.
There is a slat in the door, and it slides to the side, but it's not at your eye level. Not the one that opens, anyways. You see some light shining onto your armor, and you realize that whoever opened the slat is opening a lower one. Yeah? What you want?
Like what level can I guess
It is-
species based on?
I'm gonna say that it is probably around your. Let's see, how tall are you? Like, you're around 6 foot, right?
Let me check. $5'10".
So it's probably just over 2 feet lower than eye level for you.
I will say, greetings. My father is a map maker, and we're starting a new job for the marshal tomorrow. I was wondering what your hours of business are.
Your father? Who's your father?
Bran D'Armata.
Now, remind me, he was well known, was he not?
I mean, at least around Palanthas. I don't think he was like the best map maker in the world, but
No, but I mean, guilds still have a if you're well known in one area, in a guild, usually word travels, right?
yeah.
Really? He was your father, was he?
Yep.
I see. Give me a moment. And you, the slat shuts, and he walks. You hear footsteps receding from the door, and then they come back. Slat opens. Yeah. And what is your name exactly?
Padraig.
I see. Do you have proof that he was your father?
I'm gonna hold up my signet ring to the slat.
He kind of grabs your hand and like pulls your hand into the slat. Your face is kind of like pressed against the door, unless you're gonna fight against it.
I don't think I'll fit through the slat, so I'll let them.
Okay. All right. And he lets your hand go. He opens. You hear a lock kind of being unlocked, and the door swings open. All right. Well, we are closed, but come on in.
I'll enter. And who is this?
You haven't asked his name yet, or are you asking him?
I was going for a description first.
It's a gnome, gray hair, kind of around the side of the head. The top of the head is bald. He's wearing green shirts. He's multiple shirts apparently. Wearing a green shirt with a kind of a plain brown vest and plain pants. He is also wearing some not bottom shelf kind of leather boots, but definitely not top shelf either. He kind of leads you inside and he shuts the door behind you. So, what is it you need, Padraig? Sorry, what was your last name again?
Dear Mata,
What do you need, Padraig Dearmata?
first and foremost, I and my companions are going to be beginning work for the Marshal tomorrow, and we would like a map of Kalaman and surrounding environs, if possible.
I see. Oh,
We were told that this was the location to come to. And I want to name drop Draben Rockbiter, who was at the council meeting we attended.
right. Okay, let me pull open those notes real quick. And what are you name dropping him for? What are you doing with that?
Just mentioning that we were in a council meeting on official business, and Draben Rockbiter was there and gave us this location as a place I could come to for map-related inquiries.
Looking for my... And... Hell? Oh, there it is. Council members. Draven Rockbite. Ah! So you know Draven as well, do you?
Just met the other day, but he seems like a great guy.
Okay. Well, let's see what I can do for you. Now, you said your father's a member of the guild. Did he, did you sign up as well?
No, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, and hopefully along the way I can find him as he's gone missing.
Yes. We did hear about that. Okay, well, let's see what I have here. He opens up a book. And he says, alright, well, they are, 3 gold per map. We can do one of just the city. It, doesn't have a lot of information, as, you know, businesses change all the time and whatnot. But it does have the basic layout, you know, some major points of interest, such as, you know, where the docks are, Castle Kalaman, you know, things like that, where the market is. The other map, we can give you one of the area. How big of the area you looking for? You looking for continent wide, or what do you need?
How far away is Vogler on foot?
It was 18 hours, I think, wasn't it, on boat ride? So boats go quicker, probably like 2 days on foot.
I'd say roughly 2 to 3 days on 2 to 3 days on foot in the surrounding area, so that it at least includes Vogler on it for a point of reference, and
Okay.
you know, the river and other what do you call it when you navigate by recognizing locations?
Landmarks.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, he flips through a couple pages, and he kind of like puts his finger in the book at one spot, and then he keeps flipping, puts another finger in another one there, and then he flips. He's like, okay, so these are the 3 other maps that I think would do you well. And one is a continent-wide, one is kind of like, you know, includes Vogler, and there's one that is not continent-wide, but it reaches much farther than Vogler. So which of these ones would you like?
Probably the tighter area of the 3 that just includes Vogler and not too far away.
Ah, very well. And, you have the money?
We officially start work for the marshal tomorrow, and I'm not sure if this is something that I should get a note from them for, or if it's something I can afford on my own. Now, how much does it cost?
3 gold per map. Well, 3 gold for members. It's 5 gold for non-members per map. But given who your father is, I'll give you the cartographer price, or cartographer guild price. So 6 gold for both of them total.
Does the city map include any notations that we don't already have in Roll20? Or as we discover things in town, is the one on Roll20 going to be better than what they're offering?
It will, as you guys do some more exploration and notice things, I will update what is on there in Roll20. Because there are a few you guys haven't been to or discovered yet. Like there's several on the east side of town. There's one in the southeast. There's one on the west.
So it does have some points of interest that we don't know about yet.
Yes.
Okay, I'll get both.
Oh, sorry, you mean the map he's making?
Yeah.
A couple of them, but most of the ones that are on the Roll20 map that you don't see yet, most of them are like businesses or like warehouses or other things like that, which his map will not include that since businesses change all the time.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him how old the Calaman city map is.
Yeah, we update it every, I think, year. So it's probably about 6 months old.
Okay, yeah, I'll take both.
Okay. He says, well, you start counting it out and I'll get to work.
So minus 6 gold.
Yep. He pulls out a piece of parchment and he puts it down. And then he opens the book to a certain map. And he puts his left hand on the parchment and he puts his right hand on the map in the book. And he closes his eyes and he kind of, it almost sounds like a chant. And then before your eyes, the map almost lights on fire, but as the fire spreads across the parchment, the map from the book is copied onto this parchment. He rolls it up, puts it in a small leather case. He pulls out another piece of parchment, does the same with the second map. And he puts them both inside the same case. All right. There you are.
I'll hand him the gold, and I'm going to ask if, say that that's a very neat trick to do for copying, and ask if he happens to know if there's anyone in town that could do something similar with books, maybe books in different languages.
You want to copy an entire book into the same language?
I'll say that one of my colleagues has a book that he's been working on translating, and what he just did with that map is magically faster than what we've been doing.
So what you guys were trying to do was translate it, yes?
Yeah, but not on the same piece of paper. We're copying it just in a different language.
Okay, so you're trying to get it you're hoping that somebody can copy it but translate it at the same time? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Like maybe there's a scribe that knows a similar trick in this town.
I don't know if anybody's got the magic to translate anything, but if you're just looking to get something copied, I mean, Wyhand's Apothecary, kind of southwest end of town, could probably do it.
Can I mark that on the map?
Yeah, sure. And he kind of pulls the map back out of your scroll case, and he's like, marks it down. Let me see. First off, I need to go to... Where's map? Oops.
And then to add it to my inventory, can I just call them Calaman City Map and Calaman Surrounding?
Sure. So he circles this building down here called Y Hands Apothecary. I believe that's the right one. Actually, I should probably check that before I tell you that. Yep. It is that one.
Okay, the big one that looks like it's got some water near it.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
I think that's supposed to be shadow, though. I don't know. It might be water. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I think that kind of looks like maybe it's a wind or like a water wheel. Maybe that's water. Sure, let's go with water. All right. Well, there you are.
I will thank him for his time and say that I've got to get back to my colleagues. We've got a big day tomorrow.
Very well. Well, thanks for stopping in. He kind of hops off the stool that he was on behind the counter, and he walks over and kind of unlocks the door for you and opens it. Well, if you do find your father, you know, tell him we wish him the best.
I will, and thank you. And lastly, can you recommend a place to eat and drink that's open this late in town?
I can probably find a good tavern. What's a good tavern around here? Well, I like to go get schmammered over at, I'm gonna point to this one. And shit, what am I gonna call it? The waterlogged.
That I know of, is the Wanderer's Rest just an inn, or is it like a tavern, bar, restaurant inn? The place that's marked on our map by the dock?
I don't know. For some reason, it's marked on the map, but it's not in the Gazetteer. So I'm guessing it's something for later in the game, maybe? I honestly have no idea what it is.
I wasn't sure if that's where we were told we could stay by someone in the town if we didn't want to camp outside the gates. It just sounds like an inn to me, so I wasn't sure what their services are.
I mean, it does sound like an inn, but it's not in the Gazetteer, so I don't know. It might be something else, and I don't want to say it is an inn, just in case I'm wrong and it's supposed to be something else for later in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll thank him for the recommendation. Did I get a name?
Let's go with... Give me another second here.
Sigil Mapper.
Zabe Ona.
I'll thank him again and head sort of back towards the amphitheater.
What's his race?
He's a gnome. Oh, I'm sitting here putting all this shit on the GM layer. No wonder you're like, where? I was sitting here pinging it, and yeah, you couldn't see it.
Somebody either DC'd or reconnected.
There we go, that's better.
Oh, it's super close by. No wonder he likes it.
Yep.
So am I moving back towards the other heroes?
Yeah, as you exit the Cartographers Guild, you do see them up in the corner. Just rounding the corner. And you
When you
guys
see
run
me
into
coming
each other.
around the corner, I'm scooping coins out of my bag of salted fish.
Guys, sorry, but I'll stick around here a little bit. I have to do something personal. And I go to track the singer.
Giggity.
Tracking her stalkery or making your present, like catching up to her? Because
Yeah,
there's a difference.
yeah, catching up to her.
Do you have a way of tracking her?
Well, her scent, perhaps, or trying to guess where she went.
I mean, you can try and guess.
Can he just say he went after her while we were before we left
Yeah,
there?
okay, something like that.
Sure, you're gonna try and chase down the bard, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hold on before you go. I cast guidance on you.
Ooh, thanks.
All right. So Gondar is taken
Oh,
off.
it only lasts a minute. So fuck that. I don't cast guidance on him. I cast my bardic inspiration.
Okay, you're gonna give him inspiration dice. Gotcha. Bardic inspiration dice. I should be more specific. Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
You're going to follow her, eh? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So as Padraig, you come around the corner, and you meet up with Bjorn and Bedveer. Gondar is nowhere in sight at the moment.
When I see Bjorn, I'm going to pull like the edge of the map out of my pack to show that I got something, and then address the two of them and say, I got a map of the town, which we can, it's got some stuff that we don't know about yet, and we can add more to it as we discover things. And I also got a big enough map of the surrounding environs that it includes Vogler,
Excellent idea.
which might come in handy when we scout, because I haven't been down here much myself.
How much was it? Did you have enough? Did I give you enough?
It was more than you gave me, but I had enough on me to make up the difference.
I throw 10 gold at him.
Whiskey money.
Player to DM, is magnetism a thing? Do we have compasses in this world, or am I overthinking this?
I feel like back then compasses were not like actual compasses weren't probably a thing. I'm sure you could probably like do some survival checks to, do the whole, needle in water on a leaf or something.
There is a spell that lets you know where magnetic north is at all times and when sunset and sunrise are, but I forget what it's called.
Are you thinking about the feat?
Oh, is it a feat?
Keen mind gives you 1 to intellect. You always know what time of day it is, and I think you always know what way is true north. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, but I've never heard of like an item that did it.
I think it's just a feat. Always know which way is north. Always know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset, and accurately recall anything you've seen or heard within the past month. and 1 to intellect. It's a, like an ASI feat.
Nice.
Got it.
I'm gonna tell the guys that I also got a recommendation for a good place to eat and drink, and I don't know about you guys, but I could use both. I think it'd be nice to have something that wasn't fish.
I love fish, but I am all for that. I would definitely like something different, and maybe some whiskey.
And it's between here and the city market, so it's on our way anyway.
Perfect reasoning.
And I'll lead the way very shortly east.
Okay. As you guys head towards the bar, Gondar,
Yes.
you are trying to catch up with the bard.
Yes, I am.
As you get to this intersection, roll me a perception. For a moment, you think you lost her, but then you look around, left and right. And you see she's gone to the right.
Okay, I follow.
Don't forget the inspiration only lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah, thanks.
As you continue down this alleyway, are you just chasing her, or are you like, what are you doing?
Well, I walk somehow calmly and taking a look at my surroundings at the same time.
Okay.
I don't know these places. I don't know where I'm going.
Okay, so you're not trying to catch her attention, you're just trying to...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she gets to the end of the alleyway, and you see her turn left.
Okay. I'm going the other way from here in order to meet her on her way out of the alley.
Okay. So you get to the end there, yeah, and then you get to there. And as you get to here, waiting around the corner, like a bit of a creeper, after about 2 minutes, you realize she should have been here by now.
Well, I guess he must have been going inside a door for getting here. So I track. I go to the alley from that from this direction, and possibly look for tracks.
It's a stone street, my guy. You're not going to find any tracks, really.
Oh, I thought he said he was looking for drugs.
But well, if I don't meet her, perhaps I will. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm looking for a noise, a door that has just been shut, some light coming out of a building, something like that.
Roll me a perception.
I'll use my luck at this point.
Let's see your first roll first before you use your luck. You still want to use your luck?
Yes.
Okay. That means you get to roll again then.
To stay with the first outcome.
Give me one moment here. Okay. You notice, up in one of the windows, a candle is suddenly lit. It's on the second floor, however.
Okay. Well, I take out my lute and play a sentimental tone.
I see. And do you have proficiency in your loot?
Of course, I do.
Well, then give me your performance roll, my guy.
I'll use my inspiration here, my bardic, the one Bjorn gave me.
And
Thanks,
I
Bjorn.
believe it's a d6, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, roll me another d6 then. Damn. Okay. You start strumming in the street. And at first, nothing happens. Nobody comes to the window. And after a good 30 seconds of playing, you're playing pretty good. You hear somebody else, "Hey, it's getting late, man. Think you can knock that off?" Do you stop or do you continue?
I go on.
You continue. After about another 30 seconds, the window upstairs where the candle was lit pops open. The elf stares down at you. "You do know you're going to make my neighbors quite upset, don't you?" And she smiles.
Yes, I know, but do you have a suggestion for avoiding that?
God damn, that was smooth as fuck. Give me a perception or persuasion at advantage. Yes. You can stop playing. And she shuts the window. And after about 10 seconds, you hear the latch open. And the door creaks open. And through the crack in the door, you can see a candlelight slowly ascending back up the stairs.
I follow.
Hey, you walk in. You see her at the top of the stairs, looking down. Walks into, you see her open a door at the top. She walks in, leaving the door cracked.
Okay. I head upstairs and go through the door, but I keep an eye for what could be beside the door.
30
Behind the door.
assassins jump out.
Yeah, okay.
No,
I was worried for just one.
And they take turns on him.
No.
Oh shit. So yeah, nothing jumps out at you. You can see the candlelight shining out from the room.
Well, anyway, I try to make the best of this lovely situation.
All right. You walk in, and she's sitting there with 2 glasses of something, but she's sitting at a table. She's still in the same clothes that she was performing in.
I didn't hear you.
I said she's still in the same clothes that she was performing in. She's sitting at a table with 2 glasses of some kind of liquid.
Well, I imagine it's wine. I offer her 1 glass and take the other. And then salute, then take a sip and drink to her extraordinary performance.
As you take a sip, she waits and she smiles. This is not wine. This is strong. This is some whiskey. Enough to put hair on your chest. As you taste whiskey, what do you do, George? Or, Gondar?
Yeah, don't worry. Okay. Well, I stare at her and do what comes naturally.
Oh, damn. You like, no conversation, nothing, just going for it, eh?
Yep.
Roll me a persuasion. At, I'll let you give me a straight roll on it.
I'll use my luck here again.
All right.
Sorry, wrong die.
But you did roll a 10, so what is your persuasion modifier? Is a 6. 16?
Yeah, +6.
What do you mean? Persuasion says 23, doesn't it?
No, that was his last one. But he rolled perception on accident, but his dice roll was a 10. And then with
Let him re-roll.
not how that works, my boy.
Well,
It is a total of 16.
I used my luck. I rolled with an advantage.
Yeah. You're no. So you're 10. If you mouse over the 10, you see how it says 7 in brackets. That is what the dice roll was. So if you mouse over the 13, it says 10. So a 10 on your dice plus the persuasion is 16.
Yeah, you're right.
Whoa. Sit and talk for a while first.
Sorry, I was mesmerized by your performance.
No, not to toot my own horn, but most are. You have some skill with that loot of yours.
Well, hopefully not just with my loot.
Sorry, I'm dying.
Anyway, as you know, I'm Gondar, and I just arrived here from Vogler. I don't know if you have heard of it.
Oh, you're one of the refugees?
Not exactly. I happened to pass by when the invasion started. I didn't live there, but I tried along with my friends to help in any way I could, but to no avail, alas.
I see. So, you might know a little bit about what's been going on lately. They're keeping most of it hush-hush, but there's been whispers of some sort of dragon army?
Why are you so interested in that?
Well, I would like to know if I should pay this month's rent or just bail, of course. She chuckles.
Yeah, you're right. Well, there is a dragon army, and that's the one that took over in Vogler and obliterated.
I see.
But I don't think that it could endanger your city at the moment. That is, so you'll have to pay at least 2 or 3 rents more.
I see. Well, Gondar, and she pours you each another glass. Just surviving a war. She raises her glass.
Yeah. Any way we can.
And she knocks it back. And from there, she grabs your hand, and we will fade to black, because I am not playing the rest of that.
Yeah. Okay. Best for all of us.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, so that's pretty much your night. However, I would like you to roll me a performance, sir.
Of course. And I think I'll use my last die of luck.
All right. Wow, bro.
No. uh, I'll use an inspiration here.
Okay.
Cast Viagra.
Cast Viagra.
No whiskey dick for Gondar.
Oh shit.
Right?
That was good. Yeah, so no, inspiration means it's a nat 20, my guy.
Sorry, forgot
Yeah.
it.
So if you burn your inspiration dice, like the one the DM gives you, then that is an automatic nat 20.
Okay.
So it was the best night of her life.
Yeah, y'all have a good fucking night. Very, very good night. But that's probably going to take care of the rest of your night, my guy.
Of course.
I feel like we're pretty much almost done for the night anyway.
I believe you guys want to still hit the tavern and then hit the city markets. Take a note of, like, places of note and whatnot. But you guys arrive at the waterlogged. Or, you know what? Let's call it the watered log. That's better. The watered log. Let me just change that real quick.
Request for IRL whiskey break.
That is actually a good idea. So you guys were headed to the watered log.
Yes.
So as you guys arrive, you notice that there is there's a couple people outside. One of which is extremely drunk, and the other seems like it's probably his friend trying to get him to go home now with his wife and child. I'm not ready to go home. Dude, come on. You gotta go home. Your wife is worried. I don't wanna. And then he just falls flat on his face. So the guy that kind of goes, and kind of just picks the guy up and carries him.
Where does he carry him to?
Home. Carries him away, bro. You not catch that entire conversation?
Well, I thought you were the bartender kicking him out. My bad.
No, you guys haven't even entered yet. This is outside. So, after seeing this, you guys look up and you notice the sign. It says the watered log. and just looks like the symbol or the picture etched into the sign is a log with a rain cloud raining on it.
Looks homey.
Let's find out.
You guys take the lead. I don't think a bear should be the first one to walk in. They may shoot me.
I'll open the door and walk in.
The inside, it reeks of stale beer. The floor is sticky. And it is rowdy.
So good bar.
There are people laughing and having fun. Over in the corner, there's a fight, and as soon as a couple punches get thrown as you guys enter, you notice one very, very large man walks over, grabs them both by the back of the shirts, and just lifts them off the ground, separating them, and head towards the door directly in your direction.
Did you let go of the door, Bedveer?
Nope, I will step out of the way, hold the door open, and let them throw them out. Never fight with the bouncer.
Yeah, I'll step out of the way too.
Me as well.
Yeah, one after the other, they just get thrown across the street. Now I'm talking like a good 30 feet.
Thrown 30 feet?
Yep.
Jeez.
I wasn't kidding. This man is a big man.
Human?
Indeed.
Well, we'll slide on in. Is there a table open anywhere, or are we looking at the bar?
Well, it just so happens that the table that they were at is now empty.
Happy coincidence. I'll head for the table.
Me as well. And when I sit down, after feeling that the floor is sticky, I'm going to rip up pieces of my bedroll and make makeshift booties for my two paws that touch the floor, because that shit's nasty.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys enter, you go find the table. And a barmaid comes over. I don't know which one of you he belongs to, but he needs to be outside. Don't let animals in here, you know.
Madam, I belong to no one. Name is Bjorn, and I hold out my paw.
Oh, that's a funny trick. She wiggles your paw. So which one of you taught him how to do that? And which one of you is doing the voice?
So funny story, he's actually sentient. I wouldn't know that word. So funny story, he's actually as smart as a man. He's great with musical instruments. If you were nice to him, you could probably talk him into playing a number for the house. Yeah, just a great guy, and not anybody's pet. He's his own bear.
And no puppet. Definitely no hands up this man's keister.
Oh no.
I'll say, show him. What is your instrument? Are you a lute also?
I have a lute, a pan flute, and a flute.
I'll say, show him your pan flute.
All right, that's my worst one, but I'll give her a shot. I pull out my pan flute. Is there like any raised section in this bar? You know, like you know what I mean? Just like a raised platform, maybe one step up in a corner somewhere.
Yes, in fact, there is a band playing. So let me change the music real quick to a tavern music. I went through today and I made a bunch of playlists from like royalty-free fantasy music. It's pretty sweet. I gotta find the tavern one though.
I got some
I
CCR
don't
going to share.
Sorry, say that.
Said I've got some CCR going if you want me to share.
Definitely.
What is CCR?
Oh, Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh yeah, no, that's protected. I'll get muted for putting that on stream.
Bummer.
Yeah, I gotta have where the fuck did it go? I know I made a tavern. I have a tavern playlist. I know I do.
Before I
There it
walk
is.
over there, I look at the lady and it's like, may I? I don't want to step on any toes again today.
So, for those of you who want to know what it sounds like, At the Summertide Feast by Adrian von Ziegler. As well. I mean, they'll probably take a break pretty soon. Sure, you can get up there if you wish.
I cast Gift of Luck on myself before I go up there.
Do you have any spell slots left?
We had a long rest on the way in here. I barely used any.
No, you didn't. It's
What do you mean? We had a
it's-
long rest on the boat here, and then we were at the town all day today, and so I haven't used anything.
No, you guys didn't get into town until the early evening, bro. You guys did not get a long rest on the boat.
You told us we got a long rest, and you leveled us up on the boat.
Oh, you know what? I think you are right. That is my bad. Fair enough. You are correct. That's my mistake. Sure. Gift of luck.
While we're waiting for the band to clear, could we have a round of drinks, man?
Oh, of course, of course.
First round's on me.
All right. Well, 3 of yous. That'll be call it 3 silver.
I'll give her 4.
Ah, much obliged. And she heads off to get your drinks.
While we wait, I'm gonna put on my my sheriff costume since I'm performing.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure I've got a seat facing the stage so I can watch Bjorn perform.
Yeah, for sure. And after a minute or two, you guys hear the band finish. We're just gonna take a quick break, everybody. We'll be right back. You see there's about 3 or 4 of them up there. Let's go with 4. You got one on drums, you got one singing. You got one doing let's do a lyre and a harp. Sorry, no. Not a lyre, it's a flute. Sorry, I was trying to identify the instruments in the music.
That they were playing?
Yep.
As they leave, I step up onto the stage.
You hear somebody in the front row? Oh, look! The bear's gonna juggle or something. He's drunk as shit. He's like barely staying in his seat.
I'm gonna look down at him, point at him, and be like, "You're right, sir. Not juggling, but I will give you a show."
He stops, kind of weaving in his chair, but it just jaw drops.
I take a big hit off my pipe right before I start to play. And as I start to play, I blow the smoke through the pipe or through the pan flute for the start of it.
Okay. And as you start to play, roll me a performance. It's not bad.
I continue playing. Smoke is coming out of the pan flute as I do so. start kind of like dancing around on the stage. Well, not dancing, but swaying.
Got a few people that are kind of laughing and clapping. The barmaid comes over with your guys' drinks as Bjorn is playing. And as she brings them over, she nearly spills them as she can't take her eyes off the stage. Well, it's not the best I've heard, but still, the bear playing a pan flute, that's a new one in these parts, I promise you that.
What did she bring us?
She brought 3 house ales.
I'd like to ask if they have any assortment of whiskeys here, and I'll say that Zabe recommended this place to us from the Cartographers Guild.
Ah, Zabe. He's a regular. He hasn't been in tonight. That's kind of strange. He's in nearly every night.
I think he's working late.
Ah, I see. As a matter of fact, we do. I may warn you away from it, though.
Why's that?
It's not good whiskey.
Is there a good whiskey?
Not here, I'm afraid.
I'll try it.
Very well. Bottle or glass?
Let's start with a glass, and if I like it, I'll get some to go also.
Very well. Says,
I start. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
per glass, it is, let's call it the same, a silver.
I didn't get. You only gave me gold, right, Bjorn?
Yeah, I gave the other guys gold, silver, and bronze, right?
I got this one. I'll pay for it.
Thank you.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah, I don't have anything smaller than a gold right now.
Got you covered.
All right.
When you pay for it, I'll say I'll get the next round and ask her if there's anything still being served from the food menu. Because I don't know what time it is now. Last time we asked, it was 8.
At this point, I'm probably going to say it's about 9:30ish. Says, yeah, of course.
Please tell me it's not fish.
She chuckles. We have stew, beef or chicken, and we also have leg of lamb with a nice helping of vegetables and some honey crusted potatoes.
I'll take the lamb, and I look at my companion. Or, no, he's up on the stage. So I look at Bedvere and ask him what he wants.
Bedvere is utterly silent.
Bedvere's brain has stopped. Ale's great.
Stew or lamb?
Stew or lamb. Someone's not paying attention. Lamb would be great. Thank you.
And let's get 2 lambs and have we ever seen Bjorn eat meat?
I don't.
Besides fish?
I don't think you. Actually, I think when you guys
Fish
first
is
met him,
meat.
when you guys first met him, I think he was eating meat.
Okay, we'll get a stew for the bear.
Do you guys not consider fish meat?
Fish are plants that can swim.
Agreed. Even vegetarians will often eat fish. Not vegans, but vegetarians. So, chicken or beef?
Beef.
Very well. Says, oh, that's, let's call that 6 silver.
I will give her 1 gold coin and thank her kindly.
Damn.
Oh. You want change, darling?
No, you're good.
Oh, much appreciated. It'll be a few minutes, but I'll make sure to bring it out.
I start dancing through the around the tables of the patrons as I play.
I'm gonna cheer at Bjorn, trying to be his hype man here, trying to get everybody roused and into this performance.
Roll me a performance at advantage. Since Bedbeer is helping you. Yeah, no, your skills seem to be picking up. People are getting into it.
I'm gonna toss a couple gold to him to try and encourage others to, on the off chance they haven't noticed us together, they might take the hint.
I drop a bag on the floor by the stage for people to throw stuff into.
Yeah, a couple people drop some coins in there.
Now I'm like getting really into it, trying to put some major flair on it, doing like a solo down on my knees.
Like you're fucking Hendrix, huh? All right, roll me another
Hendrix of the
performance.
pan flute.
Shit, okay.
And I didn't mean to do advantage, but I have luck anyway, so I'll just count that as using one of my luck.
Doesn't matter, because your first roll was the 23. So, yeah, no, bomb. Yeah, you're bombing, bro. They're not bombing. You are the bomb. People are loving it. They're going off. And
Hendrix, go ahead.
a couple of the you know what, Pedrag, I would like you to roll me a perception. All right, you don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at that ale.
She comes back with your guys' meals and the whiskey.
While he's doing his solo and really riffing out here, I'm going to keep an eye on the bag he left on stage to make sure nobody tries to walk off with it.
And while she's at the table, I want to shoot the whiskey real quick.
Yep.
So if it's good, I can order more.
So, what is the cheapest bottle of whiskey you've ever had down south there, Pedrag?
It would have been like a free birthday shot at the bar. And I can't remember what it's called because it's not worth getting. But I've had some shitty whiskey.
There you go. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah. I'll say thank you, and you were right. And I'm going to chase it with some of the ale.
Yep, that was some gnarly whiskey.
Can I play a lute with my feet? My bare feet?
It's with your mouth.
A lute is the guitar.
Yeah, he was playing the pan flute. He's asking about the lute.
I'm asking if I can play the lute with my feet while I play the pan flute with my mouth.
Performance at disadvantage.
Nah, I use 2 luck points to make it advantage.
Can't do that. You can only there's no such thing as super advantage unless you have elven accuracy.
So I use 1 to make it regular?
Yep, that is the best you can do. You get a little bit in over your head. I mean, it's a skill check, so you can't crit fail, but it's still under a 10. They were loving it, and now the coins have stopped flowing. And you hear a few people, boo, boo. And then as you open your eyes and realize you're doing a little badly, the other bards take the stage again, since you were walking around. It's okay, ladies and gentlemen. The real musicians are back. Shall we, lads? And they
I
start
bow
into
and
a
go
song.
sit down.
You,
Got a little carried away, guys.
I'll grab his bag and hand it to him.
Smart.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
I'll tell him that we got you a stew. It's not fish.
That is most gracious of you. I'm gonna dump the bag of coins onto the table.
All right, let's see. Everybody roll me a D100. Well, the three of you that are there, I should say. Sorry, Gondar.
No problem.
No way.
You
The
shitting me?
one.
Damn, bro.
Good thing we're not in combat.
Right? Get it out of the way now.
All right.
I've never seen that.
You get 1 gold, 67
Well, actually-
silver, and 65 copper.
Not to interrupt you, but I gave him 2, so
Plus 2. Gold.
Plus 2.
So 3 gold. 3 gold, 67 silver, 65 copper.
I'm going to suggest that you save some of it for breakfast because tomorrow's going to be a long day.
How many copper?
65.
I'm gonna split all that between everybody. So we each get 1 gold, and then let me do math. $22 silver each. And 21 copper. Am I able to slip it into their bags without them seeing?
I mean, if you want to try, you may. That's a sleight of hand times 2.
Well, I'll try and give it to them first, and if they try and tell me no, then later I'll try and slip it in their bag.
All right, he tries to hand you guys some money.
I accept it.
I'll accept it. Thank you. You'll make us rich yet.
We're gonna need it. If we gotta get you guys armored up. I'm too squishy. I'll get slaughtered out there.
We'll succeed as a team.
So where did Gondar go?
Banging the elf.
Which elf?
The musician.
You weren't with us. He followed a fair maiden.
Oh, the musical sounds we heard after the blacksmith?
Aye. Best musician I've ever met.
Well, good for him. And I'm gonna dig into the lamb.
I'm gonna drink my stew straight from the bowl, no spoon.
So, I don't know what the fuck lamb tastes like because I've never had it. So I'm just gonna say it's pretty good lamb.
It's gamey, but it's alright.
It's somewhere between beef and goat.
Yeah, I never really ate goat either.
Don't bother.
I don't know what gamey tastes like, so
It tastes
Oh.
good.
Gamey is a texture, not a taste.
Oh yeah, it's rough. It's like stew beef. Most lamb is usually it's tougher than It benefits from like a low and slow cook braising.
Fair enough. But yeah, you guys eat your food, you listen to the bard band, I guess, playing their tunage. You have some more drinks, if you want more drinks, I should say.
I'll get another round of the ales and ask if I can get like how much a pony keg would be to go.
I don't know how many drinks in a damn pony keg.
Well, if it's like 2 liters, that's 8 pints, I think.
Okay, so call it 6.
Or no, that's 4 pints. 2 liters is 4 pints. So no, a pony keg's like 5 liters. So like 12 pints? 12 mugs worth?
Call it an even gold.
And there might be a deposit on the container, depending on, like getting a growler at a microbrewery. It might cost a little more the first time and then cheaper on the refills.
Nah, we'll say that's included in the gold.
I'm also gonna order a bottle of liquor. Do they only have whiskey?
Yup, they have very limited choices here. The dive bar, my guy.
I'll tell you that you don't want the whiskey.
Oh, all right. Never mind the whiskey.
Maybe wherever we eat breakfast will have a better selection of liquor.
Are we turning in for the night, or do we have somewhere else you guys wanted to go?
You want to check out the city market and scope it out for tomorrow morning, or just go to bed?
Yeah, by the time we finish here, everything's probably going to be closed, but we can compare the map I got to what we see and maybe update it a little bit or note places we want to go to during business hours tomorrow.
It's up to you guys. If everything closed, I don't know. Kind of seems pointless to go there now.
Is the temple type area of town or, religious places marked on the map I got from the Cartographers Guild?
Give me a minute. I have to figure out what is there for religious shit.
Okay. I'll let the guys know at the table that the only thing I'm looking for is at some point tomorrow, maybe before we meet with the marshal at noon, I need to get right with God. And other than that, I've just got breakfast on my schedule.
What is this god you speak of? I don't understand.
You've literally never heard of religion?
I have, but I never really understood it. The wizards didn't share much with me. They only really starved me and made me eat people they didn't really like. It was very awful. I didn't talk to anyone really.
It's a being greater than us. There's several of them. Different ones are into different things, and sometimes they can help mortals out or be a source of inspiration and motivation in our actions and deeds.
Have you met them?
Not personally, but there's tales of... Actually, no. This is during the time of the War of the Lance, so I haven't heard tales of people meeting them. So no, I've never met one.
So how do you get right with them?
Prayer and dedication.
interesting. Still don't really understand, but if it makes you happy and your God happy, eh.
Greg, can you refresh my memory as to which god you wanted, by the way?
Oof. I had been.
Was it Mahir?
Majir is who I was, but now that's not possible because of my alignment change. Let me check the list again.
Can't you pray yourself back into proper alignment?
I'm not sure how that works. I know there's a way if like in a like Curse of Strahd, if a vampire makes your alignment change because of a magical action, there's a spell you can use to undo that. But this wasn't someone magically making me lose alignment. This was my actions. So
Was it Kiri Jolith? God of Righteous War?
I think it was one of the neutral gods.
That was one of the neutrals.
Gillian. Knowledge and experience. It would most relate to what my parents did. And maybe me learning from my mistakes from an RP point of view.
Okay. Gillian. And Jesse, yours was Brancala, right?
Is that the guard god?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, Branchala is chaotic, but still good.
That's what my alignment is. I think is chaotic good.
Yeah, then that's perfect for you. And the symbol's a harp.
I love how, like, between the book and even looking up online, there's not a whole lot on either one of these. Well, at least not on Gillian. There's like, what's that, 8 sentences?
How does alignment actually work? Like, what makes you chaotic good? Is it the way that you see yourself, or like you do those bad actions that push you to a different thing? Is it like your state of mind? Because like I'm a bear that doesn't really know how things work, so like me eating a dude is a lot different than like you guys doing that kind of thing. Like I don't see things in the same good and bad like you guys do. So what makes me good?
If it was a bad man and you ate him, that would still be on the side of good, but kind of chaotic. Turning him over to the proper authorities would be lawful.
So is it just based on like
Actions.
law, like, or is it?
It can also be
But
based
not
on,
mindset?
based on, like, lawful doesn't necessarily have to be based on, like, the world's law. It can be, like, your own personal code. But depending on what you have in your own personal code, that will put you somewhere on the alignments. So, like, you know, if your personal code is to, you know, capture evil, you know, and make them do have justice, you know, that might put you on the lawful side. But if you're like, you know, my favorite thing to do in my pastime is kill kids, so I'm going to include that in my personal code, well, you're fucking going to be chaotic evil, you know? Or sorry, lawful evil.
So it's based on like. All right, so it doesn't really have as much to do with like your own code, but like a higher code of how things are set.
Both. It's got nothing to do with how you see things. It's got to do with your actions, and like that's gonna just determine evil, good, or neutral. Or good, neutral, or evil. However, depending on the rules of your own code or the lack of code, or if you just kind of do, whatever feels right at the time, that's gonna choose whether you're lawful, neutral, or chaotic.
All right, fair enough.
But that is to say there is an objective good versus an objective evil, I think.
Does stealing make you bad?
Depends what you're stealing for. Because you want
Well,
it? Yeah, probably. Because you're trying to feed some homeless kid? Not really. As long as it doesn't go against your code.
Well, I'm a bear who forages and shit, and like, this is the first time I've ever really been welcomed into towns. So like, when I've been in towns, it was to just steal some food quick and dip out. So like, I don't really understand ownership in the same way, or money, like that kind of thing.
But why would you be stealing it and then dipping out trying to be unseen? That means you're doing something you shouldn't be, right?
Well, because I'm a talking bear, and like, you've seen how everyone reacts to me. People try and hunt me and kill me.
And people definitely will take it out on you, whether it's good or bad, if you take something that's theirs.
I'm food. I was only asking because, like, if I were to like steal something from this town for one of my companions, would that lower my alignment? How does that work?
But that
Like,
one,
how
I
do
think we'll have
rogues
to
do
see
it?
how that works.
All right.
So I've marked a Temple of Gillian on the map.
Thank you. Noted for tomorrow.
So are we sleeping at this place, or are we going back out the wall to where we have our tent?
I think we ought to go back out.
Yeah, if we don't get too shit-faced, I think we're expected to be back out there. Was it Braun and Juniper are still near that campfire and the tents we set up, and my bedroll's there.
This is all
Um,
true.
I'm ready to crash and start a new day whenever you guys are.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, you guys head back to your tents then for the night. I'll accept Gondar. Busy. Fucking.
Yep.
I don't see where my token is. I can't move it.
Yeah, for real. I can't either. What the fuck? Oh, actually, somehow I managed to put it on the map layer.
Does the ale I got have a name?
Just, just says house brew. Oh. You guys get back and Juniper is already sleeping. Braun is still sitting, looking at the fire. Just a dead-eye kind of gaze. And he's still muttering. You guys settle in, get some sleep. Now,
Or I go to bed. I want to tap Ron on the shoulder and say, hey, it's bedtime.
he looks up, kind of snaps out of it. Yeah, okay. I'll, sure. And he just, like, kind of climbs into his tent and passes out.
I curl up on my pile of dried leaves. I all my valuables I tuck inside the pile of leaves and kind of nestle around it.
Sure. Throughout the night, you all have dreams. Now, Padraig. I know we talked about it, and I can't find it in my phone. So, the new god you're switching to, are you switching to him like because you your character wants to, or did you want to have like some sort of an event that kind of changed how you saw things?
Either or. I think there might not be anything in chat log because we talked about it over voice after the last session.
That would make sense, and I need to start taking notes on that.
What I planned to do was like have a plan B in mind, which is why I was trying to figure out where Gillian's temple is, if there is one. I wanted to visit Majir, but if it's nothing that I can RP or do mechanically to get right with them, then I would need to switch who I was into, and I chose that one because I made a mistake, and that's why my alignment changed. And this is the one of the neutral gods that I feel has the most to do with knowledge and what my parents were into and what I'm trying to do with my life.
Right.
I'm not sure how it works mechanically. I've never had a character lose alignment like this before, so.
I mean, if you wanted to choose Gillian, you can, but just because your alignment changed doesn't mean, like, you know, you have to change gods.
Yeah, I currently have a holy symbol that I use for some of my spells, and I was dedicated to Majir, and if Majir is not going to hear my call, then I feel kind of obligated to change who I call upon as a pally.
Yeah, so now what we can do is you can totally get your alignment back. Like, the way it works mechanically, the way I've always seen it anyways, is technically you're paladin, you get your real power from your oath, right? Which your vengeance, right?
Yes.
So the god is more or less just choice. Now, to, you know, keep a god's favor, if you want to, you know, play your character somewhat religiously, that's totally fine. But if your alignment shifts, doesn't necessarily mean you've lost favor. It might mean that, you know, maybe her light or his light, whatever, might not shine on you as strongly, but that's not going to affect your paladin powers. It's more RP based.
Can I ask a question?
Hold on, we're talking.
I'm asking him the question though about this. Are you RPing it as you were worshiping the other god and now you're switching gods in game, or is this out of game you're just choosing a different god?
In game, I'll find out tomorrow if my god hears me anymore. And I'm looking at the map to figure out a plan B if Majir does not vibe with me anymore.
Alright, so let me look at Majir then.
I was only asking because, like, in real life, like, when people lose faith, I don't know, I'm just not... like, if you worship this person forever, would a paladin switch gods like that just because they've not in favor right then? That's why I was asking if you're role playing it as you're switching gods, or if it's just you're just picking your god right now.
It's not up to me.
I know what you both mean, actually. So what you're talking about, Jesse, is more like, you know, just switching religions in general. But I know what a drag means now, too. I got it.
Yeah, within the confines of the BS that is 5e alignment, I no longer align with the god I created this character with.
Yeah, but there's always redemption arcs and shit, too, right?
Yeah, but in the meantime, I'd still want to make sure that I
Fair enough.
have a god I can talk to, even if they never answer.
100%. Bedveer.
Sure,
Do you have a deity or no?
I do. Paladine?
Alright. Oh, goddamn, okay.
That'd be mine if I wasn't such a shitty paladin.
Alright, so let me change music. I need a more of a sleepy vibe. So, as night comes and you all close your eyes. Oh, Gondar, do you also have a deity, sir?
Yes.
Who's yours?
Me and Braun have the same deity, Sirion.
Tyrion. Okay. Okay. So, given that Gondar is probably not asleep as quickly as the rest of you are tonight, it's a little busy. Let's start with the drag. Oh, I really wish I had more information. Before you lies nothing but darkness. Until suddenly you see a light. Wow, this is not... Try that one. You see a light far ahead of you. And as you think to yourself about what that is, you suddenly feel yourself being pulled towards it. And the closer you get, you realize it seems to be a large book. The light is coming from the open pages. And the light seems to be shining straight up. Shit, I'm reading the wrong god. Alright, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. The light seems to be shining straight up. And you hear a voice. You fear your god has abandoned you. A drag.
Do I recognize the book?
Give me a religion check. Oh, and by the way, this book, it is absolutely massive. You're not sure.
You're not sure.
It's a phone book.
It is a book that is shining some light, and that is all you know.
Do I definitely know it's not the book that Gondar's trying to translate?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a different book.
So you know what? Give me an insight. You don't think it is?
Okay. You said I heard a voice?
Yes.
Or was it like in my head?
It is deep and booming all around you. It almost hurts.
Does it sound like it's gendered?
Maybe? I don't know. What gender is Gillian? Like I said, man, there's like 8 fucking sentences between both the book and the internet on this deity.
Oh, never mind. They're both male, so that's not going to help me differentiate.
He says, not all is always lost. Seek, and you will find. Read, and you will learn. Hear, and you will listen. Understanding that though gods can be fickle, we also know that they make mistakes. Or that we also They also know that people, mortals, they make mistakes. Redemption is always a possibility, should you seek it.
I want to try to reply to it if I can.
Sure.
What would redeem me after what I've done and failed to do?
Let's see. So Mahir is the other one, eh? Okay. Oh, wow. That is an answer that will come from your god, should they wish to answer it.
And other than hear and you will listen and seek and you shall find, what was the other part?
Hear and you shall, or listen, you will hear. Seek and you will find. I don't know, bro. It kind of left my brain as soon as I exited my mouth.
It's okay. I got the gist. Does it wake me up, or is this just something that happens while I'm asleep? And
Well, this is a conversation while you're sleeping.
Yeah. But it doesn't like wake me up after.
Do you have anything else you wish to ask or say?
No, that was all I could think of to reply with to it.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about this until like you mentioned fucking deities. I got up at like midnight last night and stayed up until 7 doing all the prep work.
Thank you.
Oh, duh, I couldn't stay awake last night. I fell asleep at like 8:30. So I just ended up having like a nap and then had another sleep this morning when after I was done. As for let's get Gondar in here next. He hasn't done nothing in quite a while.
Okay.
You do wake up though, Pedrag. The sun is up and the birds are chirping. Gondar, Tyrion. As you lay next to Ukli, with her head in the crook of your arm, you sleep soundly. Until in the dark, you see flames. And as the flames shed light, you look around and realize you are not in her bed anymore. She's not here. You stand in darkness. And as the flame creeps closer, never growing in size, just moving across the ground of this nothingness, you also hear a voice. I see you've had a good night.
Sure. I certainly did. But who are you?
Give me a religion. As the words escape your mouth, you realize if it is not Sirion herself, it is a celestial being in her service.
Whoa. I feel graced.
Spent much of your energy and passion last night. With what is coming, you will need to spend even more in hate. Remember that emotion fuels actions. And if you want to see the other side of this war, let your emotions guide you, Gondar.
Yeah. I made a start of it.
Good. Now, wake up! Out of nowhere, the voice just pounds through your head, even as your eyes open wide. And your heart is just going. You sit up so quickly, you almost knock Ukli out of bed. Startles her. What the hell? You can barely hear her voice over the reverberation in your head and the sudden shock. And then the voice goes, remember, fear is an emotion too. You may have to listen to that now and then to survive the war. And then the voice is gone. What the hell was that about, Gondar?
Whoa. I had the most weird dream. Sorry for startling you. It must have been the fight yesterday. Sorry. Sorry, Derukli. Sorry.
Jesus, if you had some trauma, you should have told me.
No. No. One of a kind, it was. Let me get my hat.
Yeah. Sure. She starts to get dressed, says, I got somewhere I gotta be anyway.
Yeah, of course. Me too. Well, thank you very much for this lovely night. You were a spark in a very gloomy day. Hope I
Smooth.
see. Hope I see you again.
He smiles. Maybe, Mr. Smooth.
Have a very, very nice day.
Do me a favor. Make sure you
Yep.
Make sure you lock the door on your way out.
Of course. Of course. I would want anything to happen.
She packs up her stuff, takes a bag with her, and leaves.
Okay. Well, I also get dressed, pack up my stuff, uh, cast a gift of good luck again, and then head on to the camp outside town.
Okay.
I also make a short rest along the way.
Yeah, sure. You can do that. So, Bedbeer, as you're sleeping,
Sure.
you have a nightmare. At first, it feels like a nightmare of Vogler being overrun. Then the scenery changes. And you start to see your new allies, the townsfolk outside the wall, being overrun. Fires burn as the dragon army rolls over. And in what seems like a matter of moments, takes Kalaman. And then suddenly you see a map of the whole area. And spreading out from Vogler is a fire. And eventually it consumes the whole map. And then you hear a voice. Do you speak Draconic?
I believe I do. Let me check. Happy coincidence, I do.
In Draconic you hear, stop her, or this is the future.
I say back in Draconic on my oath, I will give my life or my soul, or both, to stop this future.
Give me a religion. Yeah, you know it's Bahamut. He's giving you a vision. And you get a feeling of approval. And then you snap awake. And as you sit up, the drag kind of snaps up at the same time. As well as Braun and Bjorn. However, Bjorn.
Yes.
In your dream, you're in a tavern. And inside this tavern, you are having a great time. Everybody seems to know you. Everybody knows your name. Beer is flowing. Everybody's pushing you to take the stage. And in the back of the room, see a small Kender woman. She looks a little different than any of the others you've seen before. Long, golden hair. Bright blue eyes.
What's a Kender woman?
Basically a halfling. It's this world's version of a halfling.
Oh.
And on her gown that she's wearing, you see a little token. Roll me a religion. At disadvantage, since you said you don't know shit about gods.
My bad, I didn't hit disadvantage.
You notice that the symbol, there is what looks like a harp. It kind of holds the back piece of the gown to the front, almost like a, what's that called, toga? But this is much more long and elegant. She seems to move with the grace of a swan. She smiles, and as her lips move, it's supposed to be a male. My bad. Too late. There's no way you should be able to hear her from how far back in the room she is. But as she opens the door, she looks back to you, and her lips move. And the voice rings through your head. You are an interesting one. I think I'm going to keep an eye on you for the future. And with that, she exits the door and shuts it. And you snap awake the same time as everybody else does.
Am I able to tell that that wasn't an ordinary dream, or would it just seem like a normal dream?
I'm gonna say with a religion 12, you know something was different. As for exactly what, you might not be sure of that.
God damn, that was a weird sleep.
The image of a harp keeps rolling over and over in your head, though. But you've all awakened at the same time. Sat straight up.
What time is it when we wake up?
You're looking probably about 7 a.m.
Can we click long rest?
Yes.
Nice.
Perfect. I'm going to start my day with some worship of Paladine.
Okay.
I'm going to. I see the others are awake because I assume we were in different tents, but all around the same fire. I'll step out of my tent.
Okay.
Is Juniper around?
Juniper is not. Her tent is empty.
Okay. I'm going to mention to the guys that. Does anybody know where Juniper went?
No clue. I just woke up too.
I had a wild dream, and I think I need to take care of something before we have breakfast.
Wait, before you go, I had a crazy dream too. How do you know if God's talking to you?
Usually you hear it in your head or feel it in your chest.
Because like I've had dreams before, but that one felt different and weird.
I'm just going to say maybe you should listen to it.
Thank you. Do you want help?
What?
Do you want help looking for Juniper?
Oh, I thought you said hug. No, I'm not looking for her. I'm looking for myself. Do you guys want to meet for breakfast in like an hour at the Wanderer's Rest?
Sure.
Works for me.
Okay. And I'll head into town.
Okay. Excuse me. Braun has been oddly quiet since you all woke up at the same time. Kind of sat straight up. He remakes the fire. He says, I need to collect wood. And he just wanders off.
Somebody follow him? Is Bedru still with me?
Yeah.
I'd still be in camp praying at that point.
Oh, you went to pray. Oh, so I'm alone. I guess I wander into town then if nobody's with me.
He said he's at camp.
He said he was praying, I thought.
Yeah, at camp praying.
At camp.
In his tent though, or out in the
Outside
open?
the tent. Yeah, out in the open.
Okay, so I walk up and ask you, should somebody go with him? He doesn't look right.
Yeah, he just needs time on his own. Sometimes it takes time to process things, and we've had a lot happen in the last couple days.
Did you have a weird dream too?
Very weird. Things are going to get, I think, a lot worse before they get better.
Should we make our way in?
As soon as I finish prayers, I'm there.
I pull out a raw fish and start snacking on it. Head first.
Drag, as you head into town, Gondar, and you said you were heading back to camp, right?
Correct.
Drag, as you head into town, you see Bedvere around the corner, headed towards where you just came from.
Gondar?
Yes.
When I recognize him, I'll wave.
Oh, hi there.
Hey,
I was
weird
going
night.
to. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I when I recognize you, I say, hey. And then when you get closer, I'll say, weird night.
Very weird. Good morning, to you.
Good morning to you as well. I let the guys know I have something I need to take care of, but I think we're meeting at the Wanderer's Rest for breakfast in about an hour. We don't know where Juniper is, but she slept at the camp with us.
Okay, good to know. We'll meet in an hour after you're done with your business. I'll get the others.
Thank you.
And I head to the camp.
I'm playing a soft waking up tune at our campfire while I wait.
But Drake, are you heading? Which temple are you heading to? Your performance sucks.
Oof. It was the pants.
Do I know where the Temple of Majir is?
Yeah, I forgot to put that one on the map.
You'll want to mark all of them.
Let's see. There you go, marked. It's on your map. The one that you got from the Cartographer's Guild.
I'll head for Majir first.
All right. All right. And while you head there, Gondar, you would have made it to camp by then.
Okay.
Holy, look who it is. What happened?
Oh well, I had a very interesting night with a very fair person, but I was awakened by some very weird, vivid dream. A nightmare, I could say, and it somehow spoiled all the fun. Anyway, how was your night here?
We all had weird dreams too. Two of them
Good.
took off to find themselves, whatever that means.
Braun said he was going to get sticks.
Oh, sorry. One of them went to get sticks, which I don't know a lot about you humans, but it seems like bullshit.
And the other one didn't tell you where he was going, just said he had some business to take care of.
And then he said he needed to find himself.
Oh, I missed that part, I guess.
Okay.
Because I asked if he wanted help finding Juniper.
But I think Padraig, I met him, told me that we would meet in an hour at the Wanderer's Rest.
I'm just waiting for Bedveer to finish his praying so we can go into town.
Okay.
I found there's a music store I want to check out.
Shouldn't take me more than 10-15 minutes.
Well, I'll wait with you. I would like to have some breakfast. I surely need it.
So we're just skipping ahead 10 minutes?
Works for me.
Give me a
All right,
religion
guys,
check,
let's
Bedveer.
go.
Give me a religion check, Bedveer. You feel warm.
I fan myself.
You equate this to Paladin hearing your prayer.
Oh, excellent.
So you guys head into town. What are you looking for?
I don't know about them, but I want to go to the Sax's store.
Okay. Down by the market. Sure. So by the time you guys get down there, we'll flip over to Padraig. Padraig, you arrive at the Temple of Mahir. It's a large building, though it seems to only be 1 story tall. And you do notice walking about are mostly monks. And one sees you approach. He walks up to you. Hello.
Greetings. Is the temple available for worship, and are you available for spiritual counseling?
Of course. Please. And he kind of like waves you towards the entrance.
I'll go in that direction.
And he will walk beside you. So, what is it you need guidance with?
I'm on a journey of self-discovery. I'm not following in the paths of either of my parents. I've kind of been on my own for a while, but I've recently found some companions who I met through a funeral of a mutual friend. And then Vogler happened.
Yes. I did hear of this tragedy.
We tried to help, but maybe we could have done more. I'd use the word paladin in character, right? Like they actually say that word. Or would I like RP it like warrior of a god or holy warrior or something?
I would say you'd RP it as in quote unquote, I took this oath, yada yada.
Yeah, I'll without going into a TLDR trauma dump with him. I'll tell him that I originally took my oath of vengeance against who I thought might have been behind my father's disappearance, but I've recently wanted to rededicate myself towards saving as many people as I can and helping those who can't help themselves in this war effort against the coming armies. I've also caused the death of a man through ignorance and inaction. Maybe not with malice, but I don't feel bad about it, and I think maybe I should. And I'm not sure if I'm right with Mashir right now. I'm afraid if I called out to him, I would be met only with silence and more questions in my own mind.
See, Mahir does not often answer prayers per se. It is quite often that if you feel you are not not following Mahir's ways, then it is true. But if you feel that you are, that is also true. You understand my meaning?
Yes, and I'm almost afraid to try to reach out or confidently think I can act on behalf of those morals and beliefs anymore. I've not fallen to evil, but I feel I need to do something to make good so that I can continue down the path I wanted to be on, because recent events have caused me to question everything.
Even the most patient man can often lose his way, for lack of a better term. The patient can even succumb to hatred and anger. It is about overcoming it. It is about finding peace in what you must do and simply accepting it. So, in a way, maybe you are doing Mahir's work without knowing it, but you are simply what's the word I'm looking for? Insecure of your reasonings.
This may be true. I just don't know what to do next. I'm certain that after we dedicate ourselves today to the protection of Kalaman and its peoples and the refugees of Vogler outside the gates, that there will be more fighting, whether it's here or nearby or far afield, in preventing these armies from coming here. And I just don't feel right in the head right now.
Are you wearing your armor and stuff?
Yeah, but my sword and shield aren't out. But I would have my the only, let me see. I don't believe I ever moved my symbol from my neck to Ispin's shield, so it would still be around my neck.
Okay. He kind of looks you up and down and then looks at himself. He says, I choose to serve Mahir in my way. But even Mahir needs warriors. And he kind of like gestures to what you're wearing. Now, if I may be so bold, you say you caused the death of a man.
I'll nod.
What kind of man was this? Was he one to subjugate? Was he one to disrupt everything around him? Was he evil?
I don't believe I knew his heart enough to call him evil, but I am confident in the knowledge that he stole from those who were less fortunate and was in a position of privilege where he could have helped more than he did. And in the moment I transgressed, I was simply trying to get past him to the greater good. And I knew something bad might happen to him, but I did nothing to stop it and just let it happen.
I see.
Like I said, I don't feel remorse that it happened, but it felt too easy to let it happen. And that's not the man my parents raised, and that's not what I want for my future.
So you're afraid of what you may become. Is this your meaning?
Yes, the darkness of war has surrounded us, and I've seen its horrors with my own eyes, and it's affected me.
Now, understand that the fact you are questioning your actions, do you not feel that all in and of itself means that maybe you will not become what you fear becoming? War sometimes muddies the vision, clouds the mind, darkens the soul. But you must remember that if you can fall from grace, you can climb back up too. It may be harder to do, but it is a possibility. And keep that voice in the back of your mind that says, should I do this? Is this the right thing? The day you no longer hear that anymore, that is the day that you will have to re-begin the climb.
I'm going to ask the monk if I can go. Is it a monk or a priest?
It is a monk.
Okay, that's the word I've been using. I'm going to ask him if I can go inside and pray.
Yes, of course.
And
I probably should have told you. You guys, like he would have led you to basically, since it's a monk area, not really kind of a sitting temple. It is more, there's pillows in circles and whatnot, and he would have led you over to one of those, and you guys would have had a seat. So he's going to say, "Yes, of course. Stay as long as you'd like. I will be around. My name is..." Excuse me, I'm burping. My name is... Fucking hell.
Is that with an F or a PH?
You know what? Danye Fook.
I'm going to thank him for his time and his words and for his dedication to the greater good. And since there's more than one pillow, is there one that's near any kind of a statue or other iconography?
Yeah. Yeah, you can easily find one of Mahir. There's a few.
Okay. Whichever one's either closest, or if they're not the same size, the larger.
Yeah, the closest one is the largest. It is pretty much right behind where you were sitting.
I'll take a seat, and I'm going to pray to Mahir and holding my holy symbol in my hands. I'm going to take it off my neck.
Give me a religion at advantage. Okay. You get a sense of both approval and disappointment. Disappointment first. And then approval. But then the feeling quickly fades. It is up to you to interpret this.
Okay, I will. I'm assuming it took enough time that Mr. Fook isn't still standing there.
He is off to the side, talking with another person who has come in. Do an insight check for me. The man is obviously upset, and Danye is kind of leading him over to another set of pillows, much like he did with you.
So no eye contact at the moment?
Not at the moment, no.
I will bow in his direction, bow to the statue, and leave quietly.
And with that, we will end the game for the night. Just let me outro here, and I'll be with you guys in like 30 seconds. So, thank you for stopping in, those who did, and hope to see you guys again pretty soon. I do have another game Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. And then I have another game Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I do have a stream tomorrow. It just won't be a D&D game. It's probably going to be Baldur's Gate. If not Baldur's Gate, I might step back into some more Cyberpunk. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow, but yeah, hope to see you guys then. And remember, everybody, be savage or go home. Pieces.